Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're going to learn about Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso was born in Spain and he had a little bit of trouble in school, but his father, an art teacher, didn't mind as Pablo loved to draw. In fact, he became an artist when he went to art school only when he was about 23 years old. He did go through a time where he was quite poor and painted very sad scenes, and this was called his blue period. But then he fell in love and he painted happier events like circuses and children, and he painted them in warm colors, and he called this his rose period. He created more than 20,000 pieces of art in his lifetime, but that's not all he's famous for. He actually had a huge collection of pets as well. He had a dog named Cat, that's kind of funny, and he had a white mouse, more dogs, more cats, and even an owl called Ubu. And that is what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started. All right, so to begin, we're going to take a look at the materials for this lesson. You basically just need a piece of paper, a black crayon, and then maybe some colored crayons. Now, if you would prefer to color with markers or even with favorite watercolor paints, you can always choose whatever you'd like to finish your art piece. Remember, you're the artist. So here is an example of one of Picasso's owls, and we're going to learn how to make Ubu. So let's get started with our black crayon, and let's see if we can start with our first shape. So the first shape we're going to make, and remember, we're going to make this owl really big on this piece of paper. So I want to start with a letter V right in the middle of my paper. Nice big letter V. At the bottom of the V, I'm going to make a really skinny triangle. I'm going to outline that a couple of times. I bet you can guess what that's going to be, right? Our owl's beak. Now we're going to come up and I'm going to make a straight line going this way and a straight line going this way. Kind of unusual because we know that owls typically aren't shapes that are lines and angles, but because Picasso was famous for something called cubism, we're going to use some lines and angles to create our owl. So now I'm making a diagonal line and another diagonal line. I'm going to finish this off by making a really big circle at the bottom and making some lines. Those are the owl's claws right at the bottom. Great. Now we're going to add some feathers. So I'm going to add some feather shapes. You can actually make them triangle shapes if you want, just by adding a line and diagonal, and the same thing on the other side. Make a line, triangle, maybe another triangle, and then a small triangle here. And let's go up and add the eyes. We're just going to make nice big eyes because owls are known for their really big eyes. And that is it. That is all there is to creating a Pablo Picasso style owl. Now, don't forget to sign your name at the bottom, just like Pablo Picasso did. And he often included the date as well, because he wanted a timeline for all his art pieces. So now it's up to you what colors you would like to use to color in your owl. Now, remember, we talked about the rose period where there's warm colors. Warm colors are all the colors that are on the color wheel that are warm like the sun. So we have red, orange, and yellow, warm colors. Also included that are all the shades and tints. So pink, peach, and all kinds of shades of yellow. Cool colors are green, blue, and purple, and all of their tints and shades. So if you wanted to, you could create an owl in the rose period, which is warm colors, or in the blue period, which is blue and cool colors. So I did this owl in, as you can see, cool colors. I used blue, I used purple, and I even used some shades of green. It's up to you what you would like to do. So go ahead and create like an artist. Hope you enjoyed learning about Picassso.